Hey, what's up guys? Chris here with Garage Gym Warrior, and this is your workout of the day. Now, before you get started in today's workout, make sure you subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of these daily workouts. All right guys, let's get into today's workout today, and it's going to be an arms workout. So we're going to be working biceps and triceps today, and it's going to be a progressive overload workout. So what that means is for each of the movements, we're going to end up doing 4 sets. But on that first set, we're going to pick our lightest weight, and we're going to do a set of 12 reps of that. Then what we're going to do after we rest for 1 minute is we're going to go up heavier on that weight, but then we decrease the reps down to 10. Then we're going to go heavier again, but decrease the reps down to 8, and then a final 4th set of those at the heaviest weight that you can possibly do for a set of 6. And we're going to do those for all the movements that we're doing. And like I said, we're going to do rest for 1 minute in between all of these exercises. All right, it starts off today with biceps, and we're just going to do some standard barbell curls. So like I mentioned, we are choosing our lightest weight for this first set. So make sure you are choosing a weight where you're able to do 12 reps of this, and then increase the weight and still be able to do a heavy set of 6 at the end. So don't start off too heavy on this. So I've got a barbell here. I want to get in a nice position here, which basically means you want to have a nice foundation. You don't want to have your feet too close together. So get into a nice little squat stance here, guys, and your toes should be tracking out slightly here. Just give you a nice stable base to work with, and a little bit of bend in your knees and a little bit of hinge in your hips. You're going to go ahead and pick up this barbell, and from here, where palms are facing forwards, hands should be a little bit wider than shoulder width apart here, and from this hang position, you're going to start to engage those biceps, and you're going to curl that all the way up till it's right in front of your chest. You're going to pause, and you're going to squeeze that bicep at the top, and then slow and controlled bring it back down. We're not going to full extension at the end here. We still want to keep a little bit of bend in our elbows to make sure that that bicep is under tension the entire time. So curl up, and then all the way down. Make sure you are squeezing that bicep at the top and throughout the full range of this entire motion here. So all the way down. Like I said, we're going to do 12 of these at this lightest weight. So let's stand forward here in front of you. So my hands are a little bit wider than shoulder width apart here, guys. Standing upright, chest up, head and neck and neutral spine. Curl up, and then slow and controlled all the way down. 12 of these barbell bicep curls. Then you're going to go ahead and rest for 1 minute, and then you're going to increase the weight for a set of 10, rest for a minute again, increase the weight again, and then for a set of 8, rest for a final minute, and then you're going to increase the weight a final time for a set of 6. After you completed all 4 sets of those barbell bicep curls, now we're going to move on to alternating dumbbell hammer curls. So getting the bar out of the way, you're going to need 2 dumbbells for this. And like I said, make sure you are choosing a weight on these that you're starting off at your lightest, and you still give yourself room to progress. So hammer curls, palms are going to be facing forward. Same stance that we were in before, rolling those shoulders back, or I'm sorry, palms are facing in towards each other here, and we're going to curl them up, and these is alternating. So you're going to start with the right, and then you're going to go to the left. So we're curling the right one up, squeezing that bicep at the top, all the way down. Curl with the left, all the way up, squeeze at the top, slow and controlled all the way down. Now we're doing a set of 12 of these, and it's 12 per arm. So not 12 total, but 12 per arm on these dumbbell hammer curls. All the way up, really slow and controlled all the way down, and squeezing that bicep at the top. So you're gonna do 12 of those, and just like before, then you're going to rest for 1 minute, and then you're going to go ahead and do that same sequence of 4 sets while you increase the weight and decrease the reps. After that, we're moving on to incline dumbbell curls. So you're going to need a bench for this, and you're going to need it set up at a little bit of an incline, or actually a little bit of a decline on there, almost straight up and down on this bench, but just not quite. So you notice my bench, I'm going to bring it up here. So it's just about straight up, but it's got a little bit of a lean back on there. So what this is going to do is, typically if you have dumbbells and you're doing dumbbell curls, your elbows are in close to your sides, and this is the range of the motion that you have, just like we were doing before on the barbell and on those dumbbell hammer curls. So this is pretty much the range you have. But by sitting on a bench and leaning back, now you're able to pull those arms back behind your body, behind your lats there, and it's going to give you a longer range of motion. Also, when you bring a dumbbell up like this, or a barbell up like this, gravity is kind of forcing down this direction, not away from you, which is gonna build that bicep. By going back, when you curl up like this, it wants to pull down against the bicep instead of just down straight. So it's really gonna work that bicep under tension for a longer range than a typical barbell or a dumbbell bicep curl. So we're gonna get up here. I like to kind of put my feet up on the top of this bench to get them out of the way. We're gonna be doing these at the same time. Palms are facing forward, so I'm leaning back here, and you'll notice now my arms are going down behind my lats. So from here, head and neck and neutral spine, you're gonna go ahead and make sure those elbows aren't moving too much. You're just gonna curl up, squeezing that bicep at the top, all the way down. Now you already noticed that I have a longer range of motion. It takes me a little bit longer to get those dumbbells to come all the way up, and I'm squeezing at the top, and it's under tension the entire time. There is no point where it's really relaxing at all, especially when you get it at the top, because gravity wants to pull it away from me, not straight down. So you're gonna end up doing 12 of these on this first set. Also on these, you do want to lighten that up a little bit, because under that tension for that amount of time, you want to go lighter than you typically would on a normal dumbbell bicep curl, just because we are going to be increasing that weight and decreasing those reps as we go through those 4 sets. After you completed all 4 sets of that completes the bicep portion of this workout, and now we're going to move on to the triceps, and it starts off on the bench again with the barbell, but we're going to do incline skull crushers. So making sure I have everything out of the way, and we have to adjust the bench a little bit here. We have to go down a little bit more, and I'll turn it around just so you can get a better idea of the angle that I'm at here. So on these skull crushers, typical on a bar skull crusher, what you end up having to do is you're coming down and the bar is going right to your forehead. By getting on an incline like this, you're able to have your arms up a little bit higher and actually start to bring that barbell behind your head. Once again, it's giving you a longer, fuller range of motion on that movement. So I'll get in position here. First, I'll show you what it's like on a normal skull crusher and the range of motion on that. So get into position here. Arms are pointed straight up at the ground, or up at the sky, and typically on a skull crusher, you're coming down, and that bar gets to right about your forehead here, and that's obviously as far as you can go, and you press it back up. So this is your range of motion. By moving up onto this bench, onto this incline bench, and then moving the hands up over the top of your head here, while still keeping those elbows pointed up towards the ceiling, you're able to not only come down to here, but go behind your head. So from here, now you're pressing all the way up and all the way down. You're getting a much longer range of motion, and just like all the other exercises that we've been doing here, that muscle, that tricep, is gonna be under tension for a lot longer. And once again, when you're up here normally, you kind of have a period of rest on those skull crushers, because gravity is just forcing down, straight down on your bar. There's no really tension under your muscles. But when you come up over here, now this barbell wants to pull those triceps down. So it's under tension the entire time. I really don't have any moment to rest and relax that muscle. All right, guys, so you're gonna start off just like everything else, and you're gonna end up doing 12 of those incline skull crushers. Then you're going to increase the weight for a set of 10, increase the weight again for a set of 8, increase the weight again for a set of 6. Now we're moving on to the next 2 movements in this tricep workout, and they are cable machine workouts. So we're going to go over and check out the cable machine right now. All right, guys, so I've got it set over here on the cable machine. You want to have your cable attachment up at the highest point that it goes, and you're going to need a bar attachment for this. The first movement that we're going to do here are going to be cable pull downs. So we're doing an underhand grip here, and we want them to be about shoulder width apart on this. So we want to step a little bit farther back from the machine here. And once again, nice stance here, nice foundation to be on, slight bend in those knees. When you grab this bar, you're going to hinge at the hips a little bit, slight bend in those knees, and you're going to keep your elbows in front of your ribs just a little bit. Now, as you come down, you're going to squeeze that tricep, full extension down there, pause for a second, and then slow and controlled back up. This cable machine obviously is going to want to keep pulling you back. So make sure as you come down here, you are pausing and really keeping that tricep under tension the entire time. And then just don't let it fly up. Make sure you are going slow and controlled all the way at the top. You don't really have to do a negative per se, but just go ahead and make it sure it's under control and that bicep or that tricep is under tension the entire time. So once again, underhand grip here, guys, about shoulder width apart, lean back, hinge at the hips a little bit there. there, slight bend in those knees, and you're gonna pull down, pause at the bottom, really flex that tricep, and then slow and controlled all the way up. Come down, all the way up. And just like everything else we've been doing here, guys, we're gonna go ahead and do 12 of these tricep pull downs on this cable machine. Once you've completed 12 of those, nice, slow, and controlled. Also, I wanna make sure that you know, keep the movement of your upper body to a minimum here. We really wanna focus just on that tricep. We don't wanna have a lot of swinging here in our hips. So it's all focused on the tricep. Try to limit the amount of movement in your upper body. Once you've completed 12 of those, then you're gonna go ahead and rest for that 1 minute. Then we're gonna hit up that same movement for a set of 10 and 8 and then 6, and we're increasing the weight as we go. After you've completed that, you're gonna move on to the last and final movement in this workout, which is going to be very similar to this one, but instead of the tricep pull downs, we're gonna do tricep push downs. So on the pull downs, with our hands being wide, we were working the inside of the triceps. So the inside portion right there. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and put our hands closer together. We're gonna do an overhand grip and we're gonna do a push down. So as this push downs, now since our hands are closer together, we are working the outside of the tricep. So same position that we were in before here, the hands are closer together, hands are on top, downward position here, and you're going to push down and then pause there, and then come all the way up, pause, squeeze that tricep, full range of motion here, guys. And you're gonna do a set of 12 of these push downs. And then once you've completed 12 of those, we're doing the same thing that we've done the whole time, is we're gonna increase that weight while we decrease the reps down to 10, 8, and 6. All right, guys, once you've completed that, that completes this total arm workout for today. Like I said, this is a progressive overload workout. So of all those movements, you're gonna go ahead and do 4 sets of those while you're increasing the weight and decreasing the reps for a set of 12, 10, 8, and 6. All right, guys, that is the Garage Gym Warrior workout of the day. Hope you enjoyed this workout. If you did, let me know down in the comment section. Also, let me know what else you wanna see, and I will be here in the garage, and I will do my best to bring it to you, and then I'll see you right back here tomorrow for the next workout in the garage.